Hey, today I would like to talk about one of the template that I created for my client, and it's really interesting, and I would like to share with you this kind of report. This is cohort analysis report by weeks, so we compare different groups of users who made the first order during different period of times. It could be monthly basis, weekly basis, daily basis. It's absolutely depend on your business type and business model and product or service that you sell. So let's take a look what do we have here. First of all, I would like to mention that all the data are random and it is not some secret data or something, and because of that I can easily share it with you. I just created this data set by myself, so it's absolutely random. Okay, so what do we have here? In the top of the report we have title, and short explanation what do we have here. Then the first part of the report shows us the data from all clients, and the second part of the report we show clients split it by countries. So we imagine that we have like some international shipping e-commerce and we sell our products for all countries, or for, I don't know, for 10 countries, doesn't matter. So we have date range filter here that we can filter some cohorts that we are interested in. For example, we know that we launched some new products, I don't know, in March, and we want to check only March cohorts, or we did some advertising campaign in May and we can select only May cohorts, and so on. In this table we have information like week start date. So this is our cohort date start. As we have weekly report, we have and our first date is a Monday. The first weekday is a Monday, so this is the Mondays. If you have Sunday is the first day, you can change it to Sunday. If you have monthly cohort analysis, here will be 1st of March, 1st of April, and so on. Here is the total users that made the first purchase during this week. For example, during the week since 27th of March 2022, we had 146 new users, and as we can see here, week 0, on the first week all of them made a purchase, because we count users who we count the day, the first day, the first week, and the user related date is a day is the week when he made the first purchase, the first order. So, and we can see here, we have some scroll, so we can see here that the last purchase, and this percentage, it's how many users made the last purchase on this week. For example, June 12, 2022, we had 3 new users, and one of them, or 33%, made the last purchase on the 3rd week, and 2 of these 3 users made the last purchase on the 4th week. Here we can see that the user who made the first purchase on the 5th of June, he made the last purchase on the 4th week. The same, we can see that, for example, 60% of users who did the first purchase 29 of May, 60 of them made the last purchase on week 6, and etc. So we can know how long the users will stay with, how long users staying with us, and it's really nice. So we have some clients who stay with us 16 or 70 weeks. It's really good, I think. Below we have the chart with the same data that show us the same numbers, the same percentage that we have here. As you can see, the total percentage and the total number of users. As you see here, we have peak here on weeks 12, 13, and 14, and in percentage we have peak on week 16. So most of our clients stay with us from 12 to 16 weeks and several months. So for some products it's good, I think so. But of course I cannot make any conclusion based on this information because it is a random data and I don't know the business model and what we sell. It will depend on product that you sell or services. Here we can see the same data, but we can see that it's split by countries. For example, here it is US data. We can see the total number of users from US is 183. We can choose UK and see that we have from UK almost the same number. Okay, 141 users from UK. And we can see detailed information country by country. In my example, it is a country. In your real data, it could be city, it could be manager. For example, you have 5 or 6 managers who works with clients. You sell some B2B services, and you can see if how do your managers work and with whom your clients stay longer than with other clients. So I mean, here you can add some parameter and see data split by that parameter. So I hope you like it, and I would like to share information that I have behind this nice picture. If we go to edit mode here and go to data sources, we can see 2 data sources here, and both of them at connector tab Google Sheets. This is my Google Sheets, and I would like to share with you some notes about this Google Sheets that you can replicate this report based on your data. First of all, this is tab is data export cohort, where you have updated at or order date, order ID, user ID, and country. Country, as I said before, it could be city, manager, category, or any other parameter by which you want to split your data. This data you can load from your CRM system, or you can load by using extension to do Google Analytics from Google Analytics, for example. Here in this video I will not share with you how to get this data. It is another topic and it could be another long video. So, point here, you need 4 columns. You need order date, you need order ID, user ID, and country. That is it. These columns are used because in the real case I had data format in a weird format, and Google Data Studio didn't recognize it as a date, so I wrote some formulas to change format from this to day, month, and year to the normal date. And the same I used it for months and so when you have data, when you have your raw data, you can work with this. What do we do? Let's go to the second tab and see how do we update the data. Let's go up. Sorry, view freeze the first row. It's more comfortable when the first row is frozen. So here we have to calculate. We need to calculate data for each users. For this, I use the formula unique, and I select unique users from our database. You can see formula here, unique data export cohort, column C. This is exactly our user ID. Then close date, I select the maximum from the order date. So we see here order date, and for example, we have several. We can check it actually. Let me see. I don't know. Okay, for example, this user did several purchases, some from Germany, some from France, and we have updated it, and we can see that some orders he did in June, and the first order was in April. So we need 2 dates, the first order and the last order dates. Let me see. Yeah, this one. Same client. You can see that we have 12th of June close date, 12th of June. 12th of June, it was the date of the last purchase, as you see, and the first sale was 4th of April. You can see that 5th of April, and you can see that the first sale was 5th in April, and the country related to this person is just Germany. So as you see here, close and first date, it is the first and the last date of the purchase, and country formula looking for country where user ID and compare user ID and the first sale date. Also, we here we calculate user ID age. So we just easy calculation of first sale and last sale date, and then we split this number of date per 30, and we know this client stayed with us 2 months, and we split this number of days by week and by 7, divide on by 7, and we have number of weeks that this client stay with us. Also, we have interesting formula here. We'll select all users. It is interesting formula here where I calculate the first day of the week. Maybe it is not the best way to calculate it, but this formula allows me to show I don't know, some of my clients start advertising campaign on Tuesday, for example, or Wednesday, and they would like to count week from this Wednesday and Thursday, and because of that I wrote this formula. So what this formula is, we take this first sale date and check in which day number is, and say and based on this information say the first day of the week. And the last formula, we just use text field and show first day of the week and the last day of the week. The next step that we have here, it is we do pivot. We pivot this table. So in this table, okay, first of all, we loaded data. Second step, we calculated unique users and found information for each user. Third step, we do pivot table and count unique users per cohort. How do we do it? We do pivot table based on our second tab, cohort work. In row, we use country because we need to split our users by country. Then we take first sale week number. Then we take first sale week on the Mondays in my case. Then we count weeks and number of users. Value that we use, count unique, user ID. And as a filter, I use user ID is not 0. I prefer to use not filter by value, but filter by condition, is not empty. Why it is like that? Because when you use filter by condition and you have you load new data and you have new users, you will not see new users here in the pivot table. But when you filter by condition is not empty, that you will see all new rows if you have it or when you have it. So we created pivot. So this is already great. We have some number of week, unique users per week, country, and the first sale week. And almost the last one, we go to the fourth tab, and here we just copy information from the cohort pivot tab. Here we take the country, we just link, it is just direct link to the table. Then we have a week end formula that we just +6 to the start date. Number of weeks we take just from pivot table, number of users the same. And here you can see formula. And here you can see formula. Let's back to the Google Data Studio report. As you can see here, we have week 0, 100%. So to get this number, we need additional columns that calculate only total users. Total users who applied, who made this order during this week. How we calculate it is, you see, we have some additional table here. For example, how we calculate total users who for cohort. So this is not total users for cohort, just in case. This is the users. This is the number of users who made the last purchase during 12 weeks. This is 8 users who started to order on this week, and the last order these 8 users did during the 4th weeks, during the 14th week. So here we do unique, again we use unique formula. We calculate unique country and first sale of week, and for week 0 we just summarize users who made order from Canada and this week. So we just summarize all users who, I think that if I show, let's do a filter. No, we already have filter, for example, Canada. Week, this week. Here we can see that during some clients stayed with us 12 weeks, some clients stayed with us 13 weeks, some 15 weeks, so on. And if we summarize this, we got 35. So during this week, 35 users applied, made the first order, but they did last order during the different time. And users week 0, 35, because it is a summary of all users. Hope now it's clear. Yeah, it could be confusing really. When I created this report the first time, it was like, what is it? And the percentage of users, it is the number of users who made the last purchase this week, compare with total users who applied from total users from this cohort. Here, interesting moment again, because we have this calculation split by country. Go here, and here we have the same data but without splitting by country, just by cohort. And because of that, we have here in data sources, we have two data sources, one split by country and one in total without splitting by country. And the last one, we just take all country, all cohorts, and use week 0, and below this week 0 we use other weeks, and the same we have for all data without splitting by country. So first the same, start week 0, and because we need to have in one table data for week 0 and for other weeks, and I just put it one on top of the one and connect this table and that table with splitting by country to Google Data Studio. So in Google Data Studio we use this one, ACAG, with week 0 and other weeks, and R to Z columns, again week 0 and other weeks. That is it with Google Sheets. We can just come back to Google Data Studio. In Google Data Studio, just short review, we have two groups of elements. It is important here in this kind of dashboard because we have two cohorts, two date range filters. And if we want that this data range filter applies only to this part of the report, for all countries report, we have to make a group with this data range filter and all elements that we would like to filter by this filter. And the same is here when we have special cohort filter here, special country filter here, and the group of the element. And okay, you can see, for example, if I choose here, I don't know, I can choose here last 30 days, and here on the top of the report you see no data. But if you scroll down, it's interesting. If you scroll down here, we see all elements because this part of the report has own cohort filter. Let's do, I don't know, last year, this year to date. Okay, this year to date. Again, we can back to the edit mode here and just short review of our charts. Our table, it is a pivot table chart, pivot table with heat map. I selected as a data range dimension as a week start, so all our calculation based on the week start date. Here we have week start and dimension, and total users we have in dimension as well, because I don't want to, because of it is a pivot table and we want to see total users only once here on the left side from the other columns, and because of that I put it here to all dimensions. But you can ask me, we don't have total users, but users week 0, this is our total users. I just rename it. And here a small trick, this is additional elements that I added, just a score box, just this kind of chart, score box with small number, because when we add some metrics to the dimension field, we don't have total, so I just added separate element. And here column dimension weeks, so it is our week 0 weeks, and this is metric is a calculated field that I calculate users divide by users week 0, and this we know how many percentage of users made the last purchase during this number of weeks. And show grand total. I think nothing interesting more. And here actually I think the same, like I use users and the same formula, users split by users, week 0. Here absolutely the same, just added country field, just added country filter. All other elements are the same. I think that is it. I hope you like it, like this video, and it is useful for you. And if you want, if you need, you can create cohort analysis for your business and know more about your clients and have interesting insight about your business. Let me know if you have any question, and see you soon. Bye bye.